In today's episode, we explore how true learning is not just about gaining knowledge, but about shaping the way we think, feel, and work every day. Inspired by the philosophy of Thursday Zhang Nguyen Ken, this podcast invites you to build a deeper inner culture and a calmer, more meaningful approach to work and life. In the philosophy of Thursday Zhang Nguyen Ken, learning is never a simple act of collecting information. It is a lifelong art of living. True learning, in his view, opens the mind, refines the soul, and gradually shapes a complete human being. Knowledge only becomes valuable when it transforms who we are, how we think, and how we act in the world. To build a solid foundation of learning and work, Nguyen can emphasize two essential dimensions. First, we must cultivate a deep inner culture, formed by clear thinking, broad understanding, and sincere emotion. Second, we must follow strict principles of work that allow knowledge to move from books into real life. Without culture, work becomes mechanical. Without discipline, culture remains abstract. This podcast explores these two dimensions and reflects on how we can apply them meaningfully in the modern world. The three pillars of a solid inner culture. Culture, according to Nguyen Ken, cannot be transferred or summarized easily. It is built through personal effort, patience, and self-discipline. A strong inner culture rests on three main pillars: the scientific mind, the philosophical mind, and emotional awareness. The scientific mind, objectivity and experience. A scientific mind begins with a love for truth. It does not accept ideas simply because they sound convincing or popular. Instead, it asks questions, seeks evidence, and values direct experience. Nguyen Can made a clear distinction between reasoning and experimentation. Reasoning often carries personal bias, shaped by beliefs or emotions. Experimentation, on the other hand, deals with observable facts. A truly scientific mind respects facts, even when they challenge personal opinions. At the heart of scientific thinking lies healthy doubt. This is not cynicism or negativity, but a calm refusal to believe without proof. A person with a scientific mind always asks, why and how, and demands clear reasons before accepting conclusions. This habit protects us from false knowledge and shallow understanding. Mathematics, especially geometry, plays an important role in shaping this mindset. It trains the mind to think logically, step by step, without contradiction. At the same time, real-world experience keeps theories grounded. Nguyen can believe that even limited personal experience is more valuable than passively absorbing large amounts of second-hand knowledge. To strengthen this mindset, he encouraged learners to study the lives and methods of great thinkers such as Pasteur, Darwin, and Lavoisier. Their discoveries were not the result of luck, but of patience, repeated failure, and unwavering commitment to truth. By understanding how they worked, we learn not just facts, but the discipline of thinking itself. The philosophical mind, seeing life as a whole. If science focuses on details, philosophy seeks the whole. It brings together scattered facts and asks deeper questions about meaning, direction, and purpose. The role of philosophy is to help us understand life beyond isolated events. It connects the past, the present, and the future. Through philosophical thinking, we begin to see relationships between ideas that appear unrelated on the surface. Nguyen can believe that the most important thing to understand about a person is their worldview. This worldview silently guides decisions, behavior, and attitudes. Without a philosophical horizon, learning becomes fragmented and unstable. Studying philosophy does not mean memorizing theories or repeating the words of others. It means learning how to judge, reflect, and see life from a broader perspective. He suggested beginning with psychology, logic, and ethics, but always with the goal of developing independent thought. A philosophical mind allows us to step back from daily chaos and ask meaningful questions. Why do we work? What kind of life is worth living? What values should guide our actions? These questions do not have simple answers, but they give depth and direction to everything we do. Emotional awareness, the fire that sustains learning. The third pillar, often neglected, is emotional awareness. A cultivated person must develop both intellect and heart. Nguyen Due can believe that without passion, great achievements are impossible. Learning driven by obligation or fear produces shallow results. Real growth comes from curiosity, interest, and inner motivation. Art plays a vital role in nurturing emotion. Poetry, music, painting, and literature help us feel more deeply and connect with the human experience. They soften the mind and prevent life from becoming dull and mechanical. Compassion is another essential element. A cultured person lives not only for themselves, but also for others. Understanding human suffering and practicing kindness are signs of true education. Nature also plays a powerful role in emotional balance. Spending time in quiet, natural settings allows us to reconnect with ourselves. Away from social noise and distractions, we become more honest, more present, and more aware of what truly matters. Part 2. The 8 Core Principles of Work. Culture alone is not enough. To turn knowledge into action, Nguyen Due can propose 8 strict principles of work. He considered them essential secrets of long-term success. Principle 1. Move from easy to difficult. Setting goals that are too ambitious at the beginning often leads to discouragement. Instead, start with manageable tasks and progress step by step. Each small success builds confidence and momentum. Over time, what once seemed difficult becomes achievable. Principle 2. Work consistently without interruption. Consistency matters more than intensity. Even 15 minutes of focused work each day is more effective than long, irregular sessions. This daily rhythm strengthens discipline and turns effort into habit. The writer Émile Zola once said, "Not a day without a line." This simple rule reflects the power of steady commitment. Principle 3. Begin with the fundamentals. Many people fail because they try to skip foundational steps. True mastery requires a strong base. No matter the field, learning must begin with the simplest elements before advancing further. Principle 4. Choose wisely and focus deeply. We must choose work that matches our abilities and interests. Once chosen, we should commit fully. At the same time, light changes in activity can help refresh the mind. Balance prevents exhaustion and supports long-term focus. Principle 5. Respect and defend your time. Time is life itself. Nguyen Due can consider this principle the strictest of all. He urged learners to protect their time from meaningless social obligations and constant interruptions. He admired Goethe, who guarded his working hours fiercely and avoided unnecessary visits. Great work requires uninterrupted attention. Principle 6. Save every minute. The truly productive years of life are fewer than we think. When daily routines and social activities are removed, only a limited number of years remain for meaningful work. This reality calls for awareness. Even short waiting moments can be used productively. Small efforts, repeated daily, accumulate into great achievements. Principle 7. Finish what you start. Doing something properly from the beginning prevents wasted effort later. Nguyen Due can emphasize the importance of completion. Small tasks, when neglected, lead to weakness. Focused effort transforms ignorance into understanding and weakness into strength. Principle 8. Protect your health. A healthy body supports a clear mind. Illness weakens intellectual effort and disrupts discipline. Balanced nutrition, sufficient sleep, and regular physical movement are not luxuries. They are foundations for serious work. Reflection and application in the modern world. The ideas I learned by myself remain deeply relevant today. Nguyen Due did not focus on the quantity of knowledge, but on the quality of the human being. In an age flooded with information, scientific thinking protects us from misinformation. Philosophical thinking helps us see meaning beyond data. Emotional awareness reminds us that learning exists to make us more human, not more mechanical. As we move into the modern era shaped by artificial intelligence and constant digital stimulation, these principles become even more important. A scientific mind helps us question AI-generated information instead of accepting it blindly. A philosophical mind allows us to ask why we use technology, not just how. Emotional awareness becomes a uniquely human strength that machines cannot replicate. Protecting time is more challenging than ever. Notifications, social media, and virtual environments constantly compete for attention. Following Nguyen Due Ken's discipline means creating quiet spaces for deep work and reflection. Finally, consistent daily learning becomes the key to lifelong adaptability. Small, steady efforts build resilience in a rapidly changing world. The philosophy of self-learning offered by Thursday John Nguyen Due Ken serves as a compass for maintaining clarity, independence, and humanity in modern life. It reminds us that true success is not measured by speed or recognition, but by depth, integrity, and inner growth. Learning, when practiced as an art of living, allows us not only to survive the future, but to remain fully human within it.